Ukrainian army to surprise in Crimea. Russian troops are anxious. Hello, the Pioneer viewers. As you know, our agenda is the Russia-Ukraine war. The war continues with intensifying clashes on the front line. There are important reasons keeping the sides at war. The expectations of the Ukrainian army are quite high. If a state is at war, it should be able to mobilize all it means. In addition to mobilizing its means, it must also have prepared its priority plans. A state has plans and crisis strategies that must be implemented under the circumstances. Problems in times of war can be easily solved thanks to the strategic plans prepared. Political leaders try to prevent the public from seeing their own shortcomings. Political leaders apply all kinds of manipulations in times of war when the public needs to be together. People's right to receive news, protest, and criticize are restricted. For these reasons, the state must make all kinds of preparations in times of peace. Following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, many problems have come to the light. The Ukrainian army continues its offensive against Russian targets. In the first days of the war, the Ukrainian army carried out strategic operations. As a result of the operations, Russian targets were destroyed. Many important facilities and logistic points belonging to Russia were bombed. In particular, the Ukrainian army conducted many operations in and around the Kerch Bridge, which connects Crimea to mainland Russia. The primary goal of the Ukrainian army in the region is to liberate Crimea from the Russian occupation. In many statements made by the Ukrainian officials, many promises were made that Crimea will be liberated. In recent days, some statements were made by the Ukrainian officials regarding the Crimea region. Now, if you're ready, let's analyze the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. The head of Ukraine's main intelligence service has promised that Kiev has many surprises in store for the Kerch Strait bridge linking Russia to the annexed Crimea. The head of Ukraine's security service, Vasyl Melyuk, said that other day that Ukraine will destroy the bridge, which was hit by Kiev forces. The Kerch Strait bridge serves as an important supply route for the Russian forces and it's Moscow's only land link with Crimea, the Black Sea Peninsula annexed by Putin in 2014. Ukraine hit the 19-kilometer road and rail bridge in October 2022 and in July this year. The bridge, which has a 4-lane highway for the vehicle and a railway bridge with 2 rails, is crucial to sustaining Moscow's military offensives in southern Ukraine. Melyuk said in statements that there will be many surprises in the region for the future. Preparations are being made not only for the Crimean bridge but also for other developments. Thanks to the successes achieved by the Ukrainian army, naval operations have also reached an important stage. He has stated that they destroyed the myth of invincibility of the Russian army. As a result of the research conducted by the Ukrainian army, Crimea has become a security burden for Russia. The use of bridge remains limited due to the procedures put into place after the first Ukrainian offensive in October 2022. Trucks and fuel supplies continue to be transported by ferry. While the bridge will remain a vital link in maintaining the presence of the Russian forces in Crimea and the southern Ukraine, military experts said it is a significant security burden that requires multi-domain protection. Russian security forces' confidence in their ability to protect this large and vulnerable structure will continue to be threatened by ingenuity of the Ukraine's military and security services. Ukrainian military intelligence and the Ukrainian authorities are scrutinizing and evaluating any information that they can obtain. Important details have emerged about the latest Ukrainian offensive in Crimea. It was known that the Ukrainian military intelligence was constantly conducting reconnaissance and surveillance of the Russian troops in the region. As a result of the data obtained, incredible details were captured by the Ukrainian military intelligence. Ukrainian authorities have obtained important information thanks to the footage taken by the Russian woman vacationing on the yacht near the Kerch Bridge. The woman who videotaped the Kerch Strait bridge was unaware of what it would lead to. As a result of the video, which was evaluated by the Ukrainian military intelligence, an operation plan was quickly prepared. In statements made by the Ukrainian military intelligence, information about the attack organized by the Ukrainian army in the past days was shared. In the statements made, it was stated that the images were collected on social media to organize attacks on the Crimean Bridge. The images collected through social media gave the Ukrainian army the chance to make the necessary preparations for the operations. It is said that Ukrainian military intelligence has access to the data of every Russian citizen using a cell phone. Ukrainian intelligence is preparing for operations inside Russia and in the occupied territories by using the images of many social media users. Today, the technology of processing and analyzing data has advanced considerably. With the developing technology, intelligence work has made a significant progress. Vasyl Melyuk, head of Ukraine's security service, said that the attack on the Crimean Bridge in July disrupted Russia's naval operations. It forced Moscow to use ferries to transport weapons and other military supplies, he added. As a result, the Ukrainian army continues its offensive against the Russian army. Ukraine's interests in Crimea region are to cut the logistic networks and put the Russians in a difficult situation. The Russians are aware of their weaknesses in the Crimea and are trying to compensate for it. But the Russian army does not have the power to compensate. Russia is trying to get ammunition support from its all allies and seem to be failing in this regard. Russia's interests are keep Crimea, but the Ukrainian army is determined to take it back. According to local sources, Russian troops in Crimea are having a very difficult time. Russian troops are waiting very uneasily due to the previous Ukrainian attacks. The possibility of a Ukrainian attack is getting stronger by the minute, and the Russian soldiers are afraid of it. Knowing that the fear of the Russian soldiers, the Ukrainian army has put itself in an advantageous position. It will be an important gain for the Ukrainian army to maintain its advantage in the region. Ukraine, which is strengthening its presence in the region day by day, can wait for the withdrawal of the Russian troops in the region. If the Ukrainian army recaptures Crimea, the course of the war could change dramatically. How do you interpret the statements of the Ukrainian intelligence? How do you think the Ukrainian army's successes in Crimea can be interpreted? Do you think the Russian army is competent? Do you think the Ukrainian army can retake Crimea? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.